Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inverness Raceway. Correct time of day showing on the board at 6:40. 7 o'clock is post time for the first. If you want to check your program, we'll go over the changes for this evening's Cardiff Racing. In the first condition field, Downwinners 2 Parimutuel Races Light, the 1 OK Gladiator, penciling the driver, Mr. Timmy Gillis. Over to race number 2, it's the first and the early daily double number 6, Miss Patricia B. Equipment change goes from a closed to an open bridle and a hood with caps. That'll bring us over to race number 3, Laurie Merchandise. Equipment change. Remove the outside line pole, add an outside head pole, and add a hood with caps. Number 6, Old Chunk of Coal is scratched. Old Chunk of Coal scratched in the third. That'll bring us over to race number 4, equipment change on the 1, Finer Things. Add a shadow roll on the 1, Finer Things. Number 5, Don't Stand in My Way. Your driver now is Mr. Ambrose Gillis. Ambrose Gillis up at the board on the 5. Don't Stand in My Way, that's in the 4th. Number 6, Sweet Success. Trainer change, Campbell McIsaac. Campbell McIsaac is your trainer. Over to race number 5, race 5. Equipment change on the 6, I Got Socks. Put a burr pole on the right hand side, a burr pole on the right hand side. The 6, I Got Socks, that's in the 5th. That'll bring us over to race number 6. It's the first end of the late daily double number 2. Damn Lucky is scratched sick this evening. Damn Lucky is scratched sick. Over to race number 7, our feature. Water's over. They go for purse $2,000. Andrew McLean to drive the 3, Delightful Wine. J.J. McDonald drives the 4, La Playa Dale. That's our Water's over. It's our feature on this evening's Cardiff Racing. Full field of 8, Yacht Sealster on the rail. East Coast Invader, Delightful Wine, La Playa Dale cruising against Sunshine Lou in the backfield. It's Rotten Ronnie and Sure Game. Once again, correct time of the day showing on the board at 6:43. 7 o'clock is post time at approximately 6:52. The entries make their way from the paddock area on towards post parade. Cooler presentations for this evening's Cardiff Racing have been pushed to a later date, and we will announce the date for those Harness the Hope sponsors here at the Inverness Raceway. Waiting on the entries here in the first for Post Parade, number 1, OK Gladiator. Pencil in the driver, Mr. Timmy Gillis. Over to race number 2, first and the early daily double equipment change on the 6, Miss Patricia B, closed to an open, and a hood with cups. Equipment changes have been posted in the parimutuel area. Over to race number 3, Laurie Merchandise. Equipment change adds a hood with cups, removes the outside line pole. He adds an outside head pole. Scratch the 6-old chunk of coal. That's over in race number 3. Entries for the first Post Parade. Moving down the backside, Timmy Gillis on the 1 OK Gladiator. Now parading from the lower turn are the entries here in the first conditioned field downwinners, 2 parimutuel races life. They go for purse $1,100. Donald Allen Kennedy and Brian Tracy, owners of the 1 OK Gladiator. The catch drive to Timmy Gillis. 2GG's Fireball on the train by Gussie McLean. Zach Mullins in the sulky. Dr. Carl Bucky Buchanan, the owner of the 3 Culpeper, along with the trainer Edgar Jacobs. Rodney Gillis does the driving. 4 will come last on Post Parade. The 5 is Watch'em Treasure, a 5-year-old state treasure owned by Keith McDonnell. Trainer driver is Lewis McDonnell. The Iron Man, untrained and driven, Joe Poirier scores at a 6. In the backfield, Brigade Sealster, Beverly McIsaac shares ownership with the trainer driver, Danny Gillis. Rounding out the field real big, Marlon McKay shares ownership with the trainer Lily Watson. In the sulky, it's Arden Mofford. Arden Mofford does the driving. 5 minutes on post time here in the first field of 8. Go to post at 7 o'clock. Redmond Doucette to the paddock area, please. Redmond Doucette, the paddock area, please. On this evening's card of racing, there were supposed to be a few more sponsors for the Harness to Hope. The coolers did not arrive, so we're going to have those races for the Harness to Hope sponsors at a later date, and they will be announced. Entries on the way back. Second and final score. We're down to 4 now. 4 minutes post time. Here for the first. Your officials for this evening's card of racing in the paddock. Our paddock judge is Linda Gillis. Our starter is Mr. Sean Tobet. In the judges' stand this evening is presiding judge Mr. Danny McKinnon. Associate judges are Danny Dowie and Mr. Gary Gardner. On photo finish this evening, it's Megan McQuarrie. Brock McLean, he's on photo patrol. Our timer is Carter McDonald. Our charter is Shannon McLean. And our track manager is Megan McQuarrie. Entries up here for final peak. Down to 3 now. 3 to go. Mudslide Lucas heading down the backside on towards Post Parade here in the first. As soon as he has a score, the entries will be going to the gate. Here's the 4 on Post Parade, Mudslide Lucas. A 3-year-old by Tobago C's owned by Avery Frazier. Charles Frazier trains. Redmond Doucette is in the sulky. My call here in the first. I wasn't sure who was driving the 1 OK Gladiator till I got here at the racetrack. I'd picked him to win it. Timmy Gillis is up and aboard. If he can get him pacing into that first turn, I think OK Gladiator will be all right and on his way. For second, I went to the 8. Real Big, a 13-year-old by Mr. Big. Marla McKay out of Burnside, Nova Scotia, shares the ownership with the trainer Lily Watson. Arden Moffat is in the sulky, 1, 1, and 2 for 13 starts this year. And for third, I went to the 2, JG's Fireball. But in hindsight, I should have looked at that 4, Mudslide Lucas. I wouldn't leave him off the ticket, Mudslide Lucas. And a Redmond Doucette in the sulky, 1, 3, and 2 on the year from 14 starts, paced a mile, 2:01 and 4/5. Finished second in his last start to Makes Me Stupid. Keegan Bradley was up on Makes Me Stupid there. Last Wednesday evening, Mudslide Lucas was a game second. Last quarter and 30 seconds. Favorite showing on the board, OK Gladiator. He'll have to keep pacing. And the entries called up to the gate. The favorite showing on the board, it's the Public's Choice at $2.90. That's the 1 OK Gladiator. Gerard Kennedy's not here this evening. He drove him to a wire-to-wire victory on the 11th of August. Timmy Gillis up and aboard here this evening, $2.90. The 4-horse Mudslide Lucas. He's at $8.60. The long shot on the board at $44. It's the gray Culpepper at a Rodney Gillis for trainer Edgar Jacobs. The B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate. It's on the move, collecting your starters here for the first. Conditioned field moves on. The paddock turn here in the first field of 8. They go for purse 1100 OK Gladiator. Tim Gillis on the rail. JG's Fireball. Zach Mullins, Culpepper, Rodney Gillis, Mudslide Lucas, Redmond Doucette. Watch him treasure Louis McDonnell, the Iron Man Joe Poirier in the backfield. Brigade Sealster, Danny Gillis, Real Big, and Arden Moffat. Field of 8. comes to the top of the lane. It's racing under the lights here at the Inverness Raceway on Cape Breton Island. We've a recall here in the first. Recall on the one. Pick up your reins, Mr. Gillis, please. Pick up your reins. Recall on the one, interfering with the 7 Brigade Sealster before the word go was given. Parimutuel windows remain open. Parimutuel windows remain open. And the favorite showing on the board, still down at $4 here, is the one. OK Gladiator and Timmy Gillis. At $5.10, it's the 2. JG's Fireball and Zach Mullins. The more I see the 4-horse Mudslide Lucas out there on the raceway, the more I like him. He's at $8. He's at $7.20 now. The long shot on the board. It's out there on the outside, the Iron Man, for owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Joe Poirier at a Howie Center. The recall here in the first was the 1 OK Gladiator making a break, interfering with the 7 before the word go was given. The B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate. On the move for the second time. Here collecting the starters here in the first. Our 50-50 on sale in the paddock area. The girls are make their way down the backside there and over on Maple Street. Head over here to the Parimutuel area. We'll draw upon completion of race number 6 on this 7- card here this evening on the stable turn. OK Gladiator and Timmy Gillis. JG's Fireball, Zach Mullins, Culpepper, Rodney Gillis, Mudslide, Lucas. Redmond Doucette, Watch Him Treasure, Lewis McDonnell, the Iron Man, Joe Poirier in the backfield. Brigade Sealster, Danny Gillis, Real Big at Arden Mofford. Field 8 comes to the top of the lane. We're in Inverness on Cape Breton Island here in the first. Down off of the gate, the 7 Brigade Sealsters gapped along with OK Gladiator. That makes the way for JG's Fireball and Zach Mullins to charge out for the lead. Mudslide Lucas quickly up here to pop in the 2-hole. Third in at the rail, that is OK Gladiator. On the extreme outside, the Iron Man and Joe Poirier is keeping on it going to the opening quarter. GG's Fireball up front. Mudslide Lucas is second. The Iron Man out here third in the outside from 4. That is OK Gladiator. You get a 5. That's the gray Culpepper. 30 seconds opening quarter. Watch Him Treasure. He's up here 6 on the outside from 7. Real Big in the backfield. It's Brigade Sealster. They're on toward the half mile now, and up front on the lead. That's the 6-year-old Image of Dawn mare. JG's Fireball, Zach Mullins under a snug hold. Up front on the lead, back 2 lengths. Mudslide Lucas go back another 3. And that's the Iron Man. Up 4 on the outside after a half a minute and 2/5 is Watch Him Treasure. Yeah, the 6, that is Real Big. OK Gladiator's going backwards there. Then Culpepper and Brigade Sealster were passing that 3/4. JG's a Fireball and Zach Mullins up by 2.5 on the lead. Mudslide Lucas is second. He's under a drive here, 1:30 and 3/5. By that 3/4. Then go back another 5 to find Watch Him Treasure. Heading down the lane to the finish here in the first. JG's Fireball is going to get the job done. He's going to go wire to wire for Zach Mullins. Mudslide Lucas second. Watch Him Treasure is up for third. Unofficially 2, 4, 5, and 6 here in the first. Unofficially 2, 4, 5, and 6 here in the first. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 6-year-old big pacing mare by Image of Dawn. Had the Too Funny for Words acting normal. This horse was bred by Jamie McKinley at a Prince Edward Island. He's owned and trained by Gussie McLean at a Port Hood, Zach Mullins. Pointed this 6-year-old mare on the lead and kept and going throughout the mile at 2:02. In the winner's enclosure, this is 6-year-old mare JG's Fireball, picking up second win on the season, win number 13 overall. Cooler presentations for this evening have been postponed till later date. We'll announce those dates when they become available. And the first official OK Gladiator was 8. JG's Fireball, the winner. Culpeper 6. Mudslide Lucas was second. Watch and Treasure third. The Iron and 4. Brigade Sealster 7. And Real Big was 5. 30 seconds by the quarter. The half mile. And event 2. 3/4, 1:30 and 3. 2:02. Time of the mile from the top, 8:16, 2:34.7, 5 on the bottom, 2:02. 6-year-old mare, JG's Fireball, second win on the season. Win number 13 overall, $9, $350, $350. Place the 4, Mudslide Lucas, $220, $210, $3.10. The 5, Watch Some Treasure. 2, 4, and 5 track to come back, $256.40. Exact at 2 and 4, $15.50. Equipment change on the 6, Miss Patricia B. in the second. It has been posted in the parimutuel area. Over to race number 3, second in the double. Equipment change on 3, Lori Merchandise. And number 6, Old Chunk of Coal, is scratched at a race number 3. Attention in the paddock area to the horsemen and the horsewomen. Fenders and aprons. We need fenders and aprons in the parimutuel area. 7:28 post time here for the second. Fenders and aprons to the horsemen and the horsewomen in the paddock area. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post this Sunday afternoon. And 1 o'clock is our post time on Sundays. 1 o'clock is post time on Sunday's card of racing. Attention to the horsemen and the horsewomen in the paddock area. Fenders and aprons here this evening. Fenders and aprons here this evening. Entries are making their way out, moving down the backside. On towards post parade here in the second. We're down to 4 minutes. 4 minutes on post time. Now parading from the lower turn are the entries here in the second classification. Downwinners 301 last 5. They go for purse 1150. Field of 7. Makes Me Stupid, a 13-year-old by Artificial. Winner last week in 202 and 4/5, owned and trained by Anthony Beaton, Keegan Madden. Up and aboard back in the sulky, Bob Johnsky at a post 2, owned by Carl Bucky Buchanan, the doctor, at Dartmouth. Edgar Jacobs shares the ownership. Rodney Gillis at Private Paradise, owned by Leah Barry. Arden Moffat trains and drives. The Captain Jack has Andrew McLean here in the sulky. For Paul and Jack McDonald, A.D. McDonald, he does the training. At a 5, the Bank of Dad for owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. Up in post 6, it's Miss Patricia B. A 6-year-old mare by Better Than Chatter, owned by Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. Lily Watson trains in the sulky. That's Redmond Doucette. At a rounding out the field, number 7, Bet on Lucas, a 4-year-old by All Bets Off, owned by Ed Harvey at a Tattamagush. Monica Sutherland trains and drives. Field of 7, first end of the early daily double. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 It's going to post in 2 minutes. Post time for the second first end of the early daily double. Quinella track to win place and show wagering. My call here in the second. I went right back to the one makes me stupid. Keegan Madden here, going in front of the grandstand. He looks good out there on the raceway. A 13-year-old by Artificial. One win this season. That was last week. He went wire to wire. I don't see any reason why he can't go wire to wire here in the second. For second, I went to the 2, Bob Johnski. He likes this racetrack. Go down the lines, 6 starts. He was here in Inverness in the non-winners 301 this class. And he went wire to wire for Rodney Gillis. He's back in the sulky for Dr. Carl Bucky Buchanan and the trainer-owner Edgar Jacobs. And for third, I went to the 7, Bet on Lucas, owned by Ed Harvey. He had a Tata McGush, 2-time winner this year. 2 minutes and 3/5 for the 4-year-old by All Bets Off. 1, 2, and 7. My call here in the second. Entries called up to the gate. Entries for the second. In the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the second first end of the early daily double. Classification numbers 301. They go for purse 1150. Makes me stupid. On the rail and Keegan Madden, Bob Johnski, and Rodney Gillis. Private Paradise. Arden Mofford, the Captain Jack, and Andrew McLean. Bank of Dad and Timmy Gillis. Miss Patricia B. and Redmond Doucette in the backfield. It's Bet on Lucas and Monica Sutherland. Field of 7 comes through the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. It's post time for the second. Down off of the gate and away, and it makes me stupid. Heads up front on the lead. Bob Johnski is second. The Bank of Dad is out here third. The outside from 4 in at the rail. That is Bet on Lucas. Yeah, 5, a Private Paradise. 6 on the outside, Miss Patricia B. Heading down past that opening quarter, and Keegan Madden has the 13-year-old Artificial. Makes me stupid. Up front on the lead, the Bank of Dad keeps pressing here on the outside, 32 and 1/5. Past that opening quarter in third at the rail. That is Bob Johnski. Bet on Lucas. He's in 4 at the rail. Nowhere to go. Heading on toward the half mile now, and it makes me stupid. He's going to bring him on to the half now. Up here, second on the outside, the Bank of Dad. Third, Bob Johnsky, Miss Patricia B. 5 in at the rail, Bet on Lucas. 6 on the outside, the Captain Jack. And then Private Paradise. 104 and 1/5. They're up the backside. The 3/4 is the next destination for the pace setter. Makes Me Stupid. Bank of Dad is hanging in there. Second on the outside, Bob Johnsky is third. Bet on Lucas, Miss Patricia B. Then the Captain Jack and Private Paradise. They're over past that stable turn. Second and final time, 1:35 and 2/5. Look at this. This is a good horse race. Up front on the lead, Makes Me Stupid. Second, Bob Johnsky. They're coming through the lane now. Should be a good finish. Makes Me Stupid. Bob Johnsky here on the outside. Makes Me Stupid goes wire to wire. Bob Johnsky is second. And Private Paradise up for third. Makes Me Stupid goes wire to wire. 2:06 and 4/5 here in the second. Unofficially on the board, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Unofficially, 1, 2, 3, 4 Makes Me Stupid, Bob Johnsky, Private Paradise, and the Captain Jack. Cooler presentations for this evening. They're going to be going at a later date. They will be announced. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 13-year-old big pacing gelding by Artificial at the Western Ideal mare. She's an idiot. Auto trained by Anthony, beaten, bred by the Bulletproof Enterprises out of Pennsylvania. Makes Me Stupid, second win on the season, back-to-back Wednesdays here at the Raceway. Keegan Madden both times in the sulky. He pointed this one on the lead, and he followed it through wire to wire. 2:06 and 4/5 in the winner's enclosure. Heading in there, this is 13-year-old Makes Me Stupid. Second official, Makes Me Stupid. The winner, Bob Johnsky, second. Private Paradise, third. The Captain Jack was 4. Binkadad 6, Miss Patricia B 7, bet on Lucas. Finished up 5. 32 and 1, 104 and 1, 135 and 2, 206 and 4. Top of the program, it should read 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 5 on the bottom. Makes Me Stupid, doesn't want to go in there. 206 and 4/5, second win on the season for Makes Me Stupid. Keegan Madden in the sulky, cross the board. 820, 480, 440, placed the 2, Bob Johnski, 340, 480. Private Paradise, 740, 123, try, Quebec, $77.50. 1 tour, 2-1, Quinella, $5.60, $5.60. Up and coming in the third equipment change on the 3 Lorry Merchandise. Adds a hood with cups. Removes an outside line pole. Puts on an outside head pole. Scratch the 6, Old Chunk of Coal. He's out. Field of 7 cut down to a field of 6. 5 on the wings, 1 in the back tier. Post time 7:48 here in the third. Your approximate daily double odds. East Coast Miss Haney, 26. JJ's Night's Image, 42. Lorry Merchandise, $8, $8. Mr. Laws, 210. Zero Stress Nora, no tickets sold. Old Chunk of Coal is scratched. And Dear Birdie, $210. From the top, 26, 42, 8, 210, no tickets scratched, and 210. 748, post on the third exacta, triacta, win, place, and show wagering. Kind of a dirty night out there on the raceway for the drivers and the trainers. We're not going to hold these horses on the backside. We're not going to hold these horses on the backside. We remind you, there's not a big crowd or anything, so please, please, wager early. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in third. Classification numbers 451. They go for purse 1175. Todd and Monica Sutherland are the owners of the one. East Coast Miss Haney. Monica Sutherland is in the sulky. Zach Mullins gets the call on the 2. JJ's Knight's Image, an 8-year-old Image of Dawn stud, owned and trained by Eileen Beaton. 3 is Laurie Merchandise, owned by Dion Gillis. Ambrose Gillis trains and drives. Mr. Laz is going to be on post last. 0 Stress Nor, owned by Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. Keegan Madden in the sulky for trainer Lily Watson. Old Chunk of Coal is out. Dear Birdie is scoring in the backfield. A 4-year-old betting line mare, owned by the Irish Road Stables. Brian McGinnis trains. Campbell McIsaac is in the sulky. 3 minutes on post time. 3 minutes on post time here in the third. And the last on post parade is the 4 Mr. Laws. He's a 3-year-old Lazarus N colt, owned by Jamie Copley out of Kenmore, Ontario. He shares ownership with the driver J.J. McDonald. Lanny Hanscombe does the training. In front of us, here's the 4 Mr. Laws. My call here in the third. I went to the 3 Laurie Merchandise, finished second in his last start to AB's Future. On the outside for 3/4 of that mile. Came the last quarter in 30 and 1, paced a mile in 2 minutes flat. For trainer driver Ambrose Gillis, he does the driving for his wife Dion Gillis at a Strathlorn. For second, I went with the 1 East Coast Miss Haney and Monica Sutherland, a non-winner this year, but has been banging on the door here as of late. And for third, I went to the 5-0 Stress Nora and Keegan Madden. 3, 1, and 5 my call here in the second. The 7, Dear Birdie, is in the paddock with equipment repair. As soon as she returns, they'll be going to the gate. We're not going to hold these horses there on the backside this evening. As soon as the 7, Dear Birdie, gets out, we're going. Dear Birdie has returned. Now we're going. B.A. Watson Construction Limited starting gate. It's on the move. It's moving down the backside. Your starter, Mr. Sean Tobin, is going to line them up here for a start. Field of 6. Here in the third, they're moving on the stable turn, condition field. Non-winners 451 for 1175. East Coast to Miss Haney. On the rail in Monica Sutherland, JJ's Knight's Image, Zach Mullins. Lower merchandise, Ambrose Gillis, Mr. Laws, JJ McDonald, Zero Stress Nora, Keegan Madden. In the backfield, it's Dear Birdie, a 4-year-old betting line mare. In rain to Campbell McIsaac. Field of 6. Comes to the top of the lane. We're here at the Inverness Raceway on Cape Breton Island. It's post time for the third down off of the gate and away in Larry. Merchandise. Heads looking for the lead, but JJ's Knight's Image is second in there at the rail. Driving up here third and going on the run. East Coast Miss Haney. Confusion there in the backfield. Up the backside toward the opening quarter, Lowry Merchandise is up front. The judges have lit the inquiry button. They're going to check into racing action toward the opening turn. That'll be done a little later. For now, up front on the lead is the Public's Choice at $4.80. Lowry Merchandise pacing past that opening station. In 31 1/5, driving in there second. That is JJ's Knight's Image. They're approaching the half mile through the misty weather and rain here at the Inverness Raceway. Lowry Merchandise by 3, JJ's Knight's Image third. That is Dear Birdie, East Coast Miss Haney, and Zero Stress Nora and Mr. Laws. 102 1/5. They're up the backside. The 3/4 is up in fronting, and Ambrose Gillis and Lowry Merchandise comfortably up front here on the lead for second. JJ's Knight's Image, Birdie is third here on the outside. East Coast Miss Haney, he's 4 5. Zero Stress Nora. Stable turn, second and final time. Lowry Merchandise by 4 on the lead. Dear Birdie is getting a closer second. 134 1/5. East Coast Miss Haney. And then JJ's Knight's Image and Zero Stress Nora. They're off the top turn. They're driving through the lane. Lowry Merchandise is trying to go wire to wire. Dear Birdie is closing, but not enough. Lowry Merchandise, Dear Birdie, JJ's Knight's Image. Up here for third, Lowry Merchandise, the Public's Choice at $4.80. He goes wire to wire for Ambrose Gillis, 206 1. Unofficially 3, 7, 2, 1. Laurie Merchandise, the winner. Dear Birdie, second. JJ's Knight's Image, third. East Coast Miss Haney, unofficially fourth. 3-7, 2-1, unofficially on the board. Judges' inquiry on the dash, heading into racing conduct, heading towards the opening turn. A reminder, please hold all tickets until the race is official. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 3-year-old Bebasing filly by Sports Rider at the Camlock Mare, a Dolce Sealster. Kayla Leclerc at Quebec bred this 3-year-old filly. Winless as a 2-year-old in 9 starts, a 5-time winner from 17 as a 3-year-old filly. Owned by Dion Gillis at a Strathmore, Nova Scotia. Ambrose Gillis in the sulky. He goes wire to wire. 206 1/5 in the winner's enclosure. 3-year-old filly, Laurie Merchandise. Judges' inquiry on the dash. Racing conduct heading towards the opening turn. We have a placement here in the third. Number 2, JJ's Knight's Image, finish 3, place 4 for interference on the 1. East Coast Miss Haney heading into the opening turn, and the third is now official. East Coast Miss Haney, 4, place 3. JJ's Knight's Image, finish 3, place 4 for interference on the 1. East Coast Miss Haney heading into the first turn. Laurie Merchandise was the winner. Mr. Laws made a break on his own, finish 6. Zero Stress Nora was 5. Old Chunk of Coal scratched. And Dear Birdie finished up second. From the top, after the changes, it should read 3-4-1, 6-5 scratch, 2 on the bottom, 206 1/5. Laurie Merchandise across the board, 480, 210 and 210, the place to 7. Dear Birdie, 350, 390, and the show the 1. East Coast Miss Haney, $3.90. $2 exact at 3-7, $32.30. 371 try, $36.80. The double come back, $8.70, $8. and 70 cents. Up and coming, race number 4. Race number 4, Ambrose Gillis on the 5, Don't Stand in My Way. Campbell McIsaac is the trainer on the 6, Sweet Success. Also in that dash with the inquiry, there was an objection on the dash, 2 against the 1. JJ's Knight's Image against the 1. Judges determined that the 2, JJ's Knight's Image, did interfere on the 1, East Coast Miss Haney, heading into the opening turn. Therefore, JJ's Knight's Image finished 3rd, place 4 in the 2nd. The 4th, it goes to post at 8:11. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post on Sunday afternoon. And 1 o'clock is our post time. 50-50 on sale in the parimutuel area. 7-dash card on this evening's card of racing will draw upon completion of the 6th. The Inverness 50-50, it's the best in the Maritimes. On parade from the lower turn are the entries. Here in the fourth condition field, Navigator 601 also eligible. $5,000 claiming. They go for purse $1,300. Finer Things is on the rail, a 6-year-old Sunshine Beach mare. Owned, trained, and driven by Arden Mofford, puts on a shadow roll here this evening. At a post 2, JJ's Jumanji, owned, bred, and trained by Gussie McLean. Zach Mullins in the sulky. 3 Icy True Grit, Monica Sutherland for Lily Watson. And Melanie, Patricia LeBlanc. The 4 Docs, Ron Henry, Rodney Gillis for DF for Beaton. Don't Stand in My Way, catch driver is Ambrose Gillis. By Charles O'Connor, Zach and Helen Landry. 6. Sweet Success is going to come at the end. Here is the 7, Dirty Bobby. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver, Redmond Doucette. Lennon McIsaac trains, rounding out that field. Dashpedia, 14-year-old by Better's Delight. Owned, trained by Mary McQuarrie. Mr. Danny Gillis is in the sulky. Those harnessed the Hope cooler presentations for tonight. Coolers didn't arrive. We're going to have those at a later date. We will announce that. Last on post parade, here is the 6, Sweet Success. A 6-year-old by Sweet Lou, by Keegan McLean. Campbell McIsaac, he does the training and the driving. Leaving at a post 6. A winner in his last 2 starts for Campbell McIsaac. He goes for 3 in a row. For Keegan McLean, he's going to have to do it from the outside here at the Inverness Raceway on a muddy evening. Last chance at the windows. Last chance at the windows. The entries have been called up to the gate. Track variant here this evening. Right now we're at 2 seconds. 2-second track variant over this muddy track. My call here in the 4th. I went back to the 6. Sweet Success. Campbell McIsaac seems to be getting along quite well with this 6-year-old Sweet Lou, a 2-time winner this year. He was in the sulky in both of them. I know he's leaving 6 there on the outside. It's tough at 6. Here in a half-mile track, especially here at the Inverness Raceway in that sharp opening turn. But I'm going to go with Sweet Success to settle and then come. For second, I went to the 1. I was debating putting him on top. Finer Things, a 6-year-old Sunshine Beach mare, a 3-time winner this year for owner, trainer, driver Arden Mofford. He jumped a couple of pylons there in the backstretch in his last start. Couldn't do anything about it. Put a shadow roll on here this evening. I went with him for second, and for third, I went to the 7, Dirty Bobby. At a Redmond Doucette, another 3-time winner here at the Inverness Raceway this year. 6, 1, and 7. My call here in the 4th. Entries moving down the backside, heading to a start. Entries head to the top of the lane here in the fourth condition field. Downwater 601, also eligible $5,000, claiming Finer Things. At Ardham Alford, Zach Mullins with JG's Jumanji, IC True Grit, Monica Sutherland. Doxron, Henry, Rodney Gillis, Don't Stand in My Way, Ambrose Gillis, Sweet Success, Campbell McIsaac in the backfield. Dirty Bobby, Redmond Doucette, Dashpedia, and Danny Gillis. Field 8. Down off the gate and away, and there's Sweet Success charging off the gate. Boom. Right to the lead. For second, JG's Jumanji driving up third. That is Finer Things at a 4. Redmond Doucette, then Dirty Bobby. At a 5, that is Dashpedia. Heading toward that opening quarter, Sweet Success goes for 3 in a row. Campbell McIsaac tries to get him back a little bit here on the lead. Second, that is JG's Jumanji past that opening quarter. 30-3, Sweet Success up front on the lead. JG's Jumanji is closing in there second. Put a gap of 5 in between that third one, heading toward the half mile. And that is Finer Things. Up here 4. That is Dirty Bobby, Dashpedia, Doxron, Henry. Then I see True Grit in the backfield. Don't Stand in My Way. 101 at 3 past the half mile up the backside in the 3/4. Up and coming, and the 6-year-old son of Sweet Lou is going to go for 3 in a row. Looks pretty good here up front by 4 on the lead now. JG's Jumanji is trying to hang in there second. Up here third, that is Dirty Bobby. Dashpedia is 4, 133-1. Past 3/4, Sweet Success. Keegan McLean is the owner. Campbell McIsaac goes back to back in weeks here for Sweet Success. He wins it by 10 or 12. Dirty Bobby is second. Up here third. That is JG's Jumanji. Sweet Success, wire to wire, 204 4/5 here in the fourth. But officially 6-7, 2-8, 6-7, 2-8, Sweet Success. The winner, Dirty Bobby, second. JG's Jumanji, third. Dashpedia finished up 4. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 6-year-old baby gelding by Sweet Lou at the Arts Place Mayor Architecture. Furniture Farms, licensee out of Pennsylvania, did the breeding on this 6-year-old gelding. Owned by Keegan McLean from Inverness, Nova Scotia. Campbell McIsaac seems to have this one straightened out. The 6-year-old son of Sweet Lou, that's 3 in a row. Over the muddy track with a 2-second variance, 2:04 4/5. Heading into the winner's enclosure, here is 6-year-old Sweet Success. And the 4th official, Sweet Success, the winner, 3-time winner this year, 13-time winner. Nice looking 6-year-old racehorse here at the Inverness Raceway. From the top, Finer Things was 5, GG's Jumanji 3, I See True Grit 7, Doc's Run, Henry 6, Don't Stand in My Way 8, Sweet Success, the winner Dirty Bobby 2nd, and Dashpedia finished up 4:30-3 by that opening quarter. 101-3, 133-1, 2:04 4/5. Top the program in review. 537, 681-2, then 4 on the bottom. 2:04 4/5. 3 in a row. Sweet Success and Campbell McIsaac, $827, $36. Dirty Bobby, $453.80. The show entry, JG's Jumanji, $21.90 to show. 672 Triacta. It came back a whopping of $424.80. 6 and 7 Quinella, $20.70. Up and coming in the 5th, put a burr pole on the right-hand side of the 6. I Got Socks. $50.50 on sale in the parimutuel. $50.50 on sale in the parimutuel. Getting kind of dirty out there on the raceway for those horsemen. As soon as they come out, we're going to adjust that post time. We urge you to please wager early. We're not going to hold those horses over there on the backside. We're going to try to get them away just as quickly as possible. So we remind you, please wager early. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway, it goes to post on Sunday afternoon. And 1 o'clock is our post time. This is our last Wednesday for the year. A very good year on Wednesday evening here at the Inverness Raceway. Good crowds on hand each and every race card during the summer months here at the Inverness Raceway. We're going to race on Sunday afternoon. We're going to go each and every Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock is the post time. The last one is scheduled for October 27th. That's our last card of the year. If I could have everybody's attention for a moment, please, because everybody knew this gentleman around the racetrack. Peacefully in the morning on Saturday, August 17th this year, Hugh Alexander Suey McDougall, at the age of 81, passed away at home with his family by his side. He was the son of the late John Dan and Mary Sarah MacDonald McDougall, a loving and dedicated husband to Catherine, Cassie Gillis, and a proud dad to Brady, Sarah, and John, Danielle. Cherished papa of Alexia, Catherine, and Braden McDougall. Suey lived close to 72 of his 81 years in Inverness, between Central Avenue and Quincy Street. That's down there in Spidertown. Love and passion ran deep through Suey's veins. Whether it was baseball and Roberto Clemente, politics, Bruce Springsteen, Celtic music, or the horses, Suey could talk about anything for days with just about anybody who would listen. At the end of the day, the topics were secondary. Suey just loved to talk to people. A natural-born storyteller, he loved people. When you came to visit, you could bet your bottom dollar he was going to feed you too. A certified electrician by trade in what took up much of his work life. He was, however, a self-proclaimed handicapper, a songwriter, a poet as well, an expert taxman, and a botanist in his spare time. I know that each and every day that I walked in here to the Inverness Raceway, I was always met when I got out of the car by Suey. He always had a story for me. Suey will certainly be missed here at the Inverness Raceway. Please join in a moment of silence for the late Hugh Alexander Suey McDougall. We thank you very much. The remainder of the card here at the Inverness Raceway has been called. The remainder of the card here at the Inverness Raceway has been called due to dangerous conditions out there on the raceway. The Maritime Harness Racing officials and the track horsemen got together we're going to cancel the remaining 3 races on the card. We'll have the 50-50 for you momentarily. We're just going to hang on for a few minutes. We'll have the 50-50 draw before you head out. And a special hello going out to the nurses and Dr. Susie Egan over there at the Inverness Consolidated. I had a little mishap there on last Wednesday evening, and I couldn't have been treated better than over there at the Inverness Consolidated. They had me in right away, did all kinds of checks on me, the blood work. That came back in an hour, did an EKG, did the sugar, everything. I was out of there in an hour and 15 minutes. Had I been in, went to go to the regional, I'd probably still be there. So especially